Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a rest of 2022 prediction. So the way that I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to be doing three main themes. So you can think of them as October, November, December, or you can just think of them as general themes. It's kind of like fluid, but we'll be doing three main themes with these cards. And then I will be using tarot to kind of clarify and provide more messages for each of the three themes for the rest of 2022. So I have three groups for you here. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. So group 1 has the pink dolphin eraser. These are all from my eraser collection from when I was really young. So this is like a eraser topper for your pencil. So it's a little pink dolphin. Group 2 has the, I guess, orange or red, I'm not sure what color this is, butterfly. All of these are a little bit dirty because they're old and they've just been sitting in a box. But this is the orange butterfly. And then group 3 is the green popsicle, and it's literally on a popsicle stick. This is so cute. I have no idea where I got this from, but it's very cute. So take your time. You can pause the video if you want to take a look and meditate on which group is right for you. And then I will have in the description box below, as well as pinned to the comments, the 3 timestamps so you can jump right to your group. So I will see you all in the readings. Hi, group 1. So if you chose the pink dolphin, and this is going to be your reading for the rest of 2022. So we'll place them right over here out of the way. So basically what I have here is the 3 main themes for the rest of your 2022. You can also think of it as October, November, December, or it can also be fluid, and any of these themes can come up in the last 3 months of the year for you. So we got number 46, 8th house mystery. I thought this was really funny because if this is October, it fits perfectly. And then we have number 26, Neptune, vision. And then we have number 20, Mercury, messages. So we're going to use tarot to kind of go into each one of these. So I'm just going to place them here, try to center them as much as I can. And yeah. Let me see, are these placed equally? I hope so. And we are going to go right into the first one, which is the 8th house. So 8th house mystery, that is speaking about things that we usually don't publicly speak about. So things like money, debt, death, sex, things like that, that we kind of keep hidden. We keep an air of mystery about them. We keep to ourselves private. So it speaks to a lot of that. So, the card can also speak of like how we exchange of that. So for instance, like how you go about in your sexual relationships, in your sex life, the exchange of money, debt, death that happens. Like, do you talk about it? Do you not? Is everything very hush hush? And also speaks of power dynamics. So the most simple example would be, for instance, the place that you work, your boss has the ability to kind of like withhold pay from you, or they get to decide whether or not you stay employed or not. So there's this power dynamic, and it speaks of kind of how you protect yourself from that or give yourself an alternative from that, because anyone who's employed, you're gonna have to engage in that type of power dynamic no matter what. No matter how nice your boss is or how well liked you are, they still do hold the power and authority over you to, you know, decide whether you get to stay employed. So kind of, it seems like your focus is going to be on kind of how you provide outside security for yourself. For example, like, do you invest your money? Do you have like property investments? Do you have a side hustle or want to start a small business so that you're not entirely reliant on this power dynamic authority of like depending on a boss to keep you employed? Essentially, that could be a theme for the last quarter of the year, specifically in October, or just like I said, it could be any time in the last 3 months. But let's see what's happening And the 8th house for you. Okay. So we have, I guess we'll take all of these. We have the Knight of Swords here, so it's like a strong urge for you to charge forward and make something happen for yourself. Because in the Ten of Swords I see, you don't want to be put in a position where one part of your life or one authority figure in your life has the ability to put you in this state. You know, you feel this urgency to give yourself some stability, some security, something to balance out, instead of putting all your eggs in one basket, and the ability to feel like you're confident and secure and that you're not always living almost like in fear of, you know, whether this person or the situation is going to continue to provide for you and give you what you need. That could be a very scary way to live. Unfortunately, most of us do that. So you have the ability to figure out, sorry, it's a little out of frame, but you know what card it is. You have the ability to, you know, take things into your own hands and figure out a way to provide yourself additional securities and, you know, your own insurance against situations like that, because you probably are not in a position, and most of us are not in the position to just be like, oh, quit my job because I make $1 million self-employed or something like that. You may have to figure out something else that you can do for yourself to give yourself more security so that you're not like always at the mercy of a boss or another situation. It is coming clearly strongly out as a, you know, a career or work situation. We have the Wheel of Fortune here, so you're definitely trying to create more prosperity for yourself, more abundance for yourself, and secure your financial future in a way where you're not having to feel so insecure about your, or one sole person looming over you. Let's get one more card here. Have Hermit. Okay, so yeah, Hermit is a card of introspection and very like self-reliant, right? Like this is kind of like a lonely type of vibe, but it also signifies that you're independent, that you count on yourself and you use your own capability and your own ideas and your own merit to make something happen for yourself. So that is the first theme. Let's get an oracle card just to see what else is happening. The 8th house here. Oh my gosh. Let's take that one. I actually see 2. Might as well take it. You're very determined to make this happen for yourself and to secure prosperity for yourself. And you're very conscientious of how important it is to you and your future to make sure that you have secured your financial security, freedom, your financial future in general. So that is that. Let's move on to Neptune vision. So Neptune speaks a lot about intuition, spirituality, meditation. So that may be a major theme in the rest of the year for you, is to focus on your spirituality and cultivating your inner peace, your intuition, your taking on meditation perhaps. It'll help you sleep better, it'll help you concentrate better, it'll help you de-stress. So that may be a major thing that you're called to do in the last part of the year. Okay. Oh, we have 4 cards again. So we have the 7 of Swords. and it is reversed. So this card is usually talking about deceit. It being reversed means that the people around you, or you are seeing people around you, or you're seeing through their lies or their dodging of the truth, so to speak. And I think that connects really well with your intuition and kind of honing in on that and kind of practicing that so that you have very strong intuition and perception and even like psychic abilities, if that's what you want. Where am I here? It's the Seven of Pentacles. Another seven, interesting. Sevens are like a very lucky energy and also a very mysterious energy, which kind of goes back to the mystery over here. And you're definitely working on something really hard. You're on your own and you're kind of going internally and really focusing on your spirituality and your intuition here. You're planting seeds that are growing and cultivating in your abilities. We have the King of Pentacles. I see with the King of Pentacles, this is an earth sign. It signifies all the earth signs, so that's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. But I see here, especially with also the Seven of Pentacles, that you may be connecting with nature a lot, and that may help you with your spirituality and developing your intuition. And you may want to meditate out in nature. You might want to go on a trip that'll bring you out into nature and connect you with nature. And then in the Two of Cups, I see possibly you have a connection coming in that will help you along with this intuitive spiritual journey. Perhaps a romantic connection in your life will give you guidance and or inspiration to hone in on your spiritual side. Ooh, we have the Moon. That's very interesting. So that really connects to intuition and mystery as well, and really digging deep into your emotions, taking care of that, processing that, and making realizations in what is the truth in your life and your perceptions and the people around you. So it's really a deeply intuitive card. So it's a really strong focus on that. Let's get one more card. Oh, we got two more cards. Okay, we have the Fool and we have the Three of Pentacles. So that speaks again that you're almost working together with someone. So there could be somebody, it doesn't have to be a romantic interest, by the way. It could just be a friend, family, or a brand new person that you just connect with that happens to be into like spiritual growth and development, that type of thing, and they inspire you and motivate you and guide you along in this journey in cultivating your spiritual life. So you feel like a brand new person, like you feel renewed, you feel a new sense of vigor and energy and motivation in all areas of your life as you focus in on your spiritual growth and developing your intuition and whatnot. Let me grab some oracles for you. Let's see what comes through. Okay. We have abundance. So you can bring in more abundance by focusing inwardly, as I said, on your spirituality, on your intuition, etc., etc. That will help you in more ways than just feeling better. It will help with your relationships. It will help with your work relationships and your opportunities that you're able to get, the connections that you make. So it'll help in many ways beyond just yourself. Okay. Let's move on to Mercury. So we have Mercury messages. So this is a planet of communication. You may hear a lot about how Mercury goes into retrograde a lot and messes up technology or messes up communication with people. So that could be highlighted in the last few months of the year for you as well. So you may want to be more careful with your communication, think before you speak. But also communication is highlighted, so it's calling you to kind of put yourself out there, get to know people, talk to people, even go on like social media and participate in that. Put yourself out there, basically. Like, for instance, applying for a job, sending that email, trying to make that connection, reach out to someone. So let's see what's happening from Mercury. We have the Eight of Cups and the Three of Cups. Interesting. So the Three of Cups is a very like social card of social gatherings with a lot of people, which makes sense with the Mercury card, that you're really talking a lot with people, socializing a lot with people. That connects very well. So you may be very social, and that would make a lot of sense if we do say that this is December, you know, it's the holidays, people are on break, people are having a lot of parties, so there may be a lot of social gatherings, and you're really getting to know a lot of people here. And then there's the Eight of Cups, which kind of signifies that you're trying to avoid some sort of connection that you have wanted to move on from, but you seem a little bit reluctant to. So you may see this person that you're trying to avoid, perhaps, come in during one of these social gatherings. And so there's a message for you to kind of come prepared so that you don't feel stressed and burdened and overwhelmed in the moment, so that you're not caught off guard in the moment. There is a message to prepare yourself for anyone that you don't want to see, and how you're going to handle it, do you have an exit strategy, you know, things like that. Or at least just to mentally prepare yourself that you may encounter this person that you don't want to talk to, and how are you going to deal with it? Are you good? Should you avoid the event altogether? Things like that. So just a message to kind of take care of yourself and prepare yourself for a potentially unpleasant connection or conversation. Okay. We also have the Ace of Cups, interesting, and we have the Mercury ruled card, Magician. So that is very interesting here. With the Ace of Cups, this often signifies like a new romantic connection, emotional connection. So there could be some sort of love connection happening, and this person is very communicative with you. They may have a strong Mercury placement, so they are a very good conversationalist. They are very intellectual, and you connect with this person on an intellectual level in conversation. So that's very interesting. I'm gonna get some oracles for you. Oh my gosh. Let's see. We have fear. Interesting. That may be fear of encountering this person. Since we got the Ace of Cups, let me just grab some like love themed oracles and see who this person may be. Too many. This is Ace of Cups. What is this Ace of Cups? Let's see. Interesting. Okay. So we have trust and we have hope. Interesting. In connection to this new love interest that may be coming in with the Ace of Cups, it gives you a lot of hope for your romantic future, for your relationships that maybe you didn't have before. And this person seems to be very trustworthy. That connects well with like a Knight of Pentacles and Earth sign situation. So Earth sign is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. I think I said that earlier, with the King of Pentacles. It's a very grounded person, very stable energy, very down to earth, as they are an earth sign. With trust, I think you can trust the words that they tell you. Their communication is straightforward and it's sincere, and you feel that, and that's why you have this strong trust for them. Oh, you can't even see it. Here, I'll leave it here. So that is the reading. Let me grab some numbers so you can have some significant dates as well. Let's grab some for each. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. So if you want to consider it as October, November, December, you can do so. Or of course, as I've been saying, you can just think this could be for any of the months. I grabbed a lot of numbers here. So we have 20, 8, and 31. October 31, that'd be great. Halloween. Like I said earlier, this card just it's like so perfect for Halloween. We have 9, 15, 1, and 30. That makes perfect sense with November too, because November only has 30 days. That's interesting. We have, I believe this is 6. Can you see that? Maybe I should put it this way. 6. We have 7. And we have 13. So group 1, that is your reading. I hope it resonated with you and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my next videos. And I do, if you're unaware, I do post a lot of horoscope readings. So if you want a more personalized reading for your signs, like sun, moon, rising, Venus placements, I post those every month. So you can go into my channel and take a look at that for more deep predictions for your month ahead or for the rest of your year. And I will catch you all in my next prediction. Bye. Hi, group 2. So if you chose the little orange butterfly eraser, then this is going to be your reading for the month ahead. So as I said in the intro, this is going to be, you can consider it as October, November, December, or the messages can also be very fluid and come up for you in any of the last 3 months of the year. So we have number 38, Imam Kohli. I don't know if I'm saying that right, and that is root. And we have number 34, North Node Future. And we have number 16, Solar Calm Clarify. So we're going to get into it with tarot for each of these 3 themes, but they do kind of go together very nicely. So Imam Kohli with the root card is asking you to kind of look into your foundation around you and whether that is where you want it to be, because everything starts with your foundation. So you may even need to dig into your past, how you were raised, what kind of background you came from, and take from that what you would like to apply in your life, but also make changes where you feel like there was deficiencies or things that you need to improve on. And that will set you up for planning for your future and planting seeds for your future. And then with Solar Calm, it's also speaking of introspection and really diving deep into what you want and what your perspectives are, what your values are, and whatnot. So let's move these here for you so we can get into tarot. If I could space these out properly. There we go. So let's go into the first theme, which is Imam Kohli, root. So in this card, you're looking, as I said, into the foundation. So think of like the soil that you would grow your garden, your plants on. If the soil is not fertile, if it's not in good condition, you can't grow anything from it. You can't do anything for the future. So you need to really cultivate that and think about how you want to build your foundation so that everything else that grows out of it will be good. So we have the Two of Wands. This is a planning card. So you're planning for the future. It's also a card of like traveling. So that may be something that you're traveling or you're planning to travel. It also makes sense in root because you may, if you have a certain cultural background and you don't live in that area of the world, you may be traveling to that area to kind of connect with your culture and your ancestors and just who you are, your roots. But it's also just a card where you're really planning out what you want to do in the future. And like I said before, and we do have future here, so it leads directly into the next theme, but you have to take care of the root first. So you have to look into the past, your past, and kind of think about what can I take from my past that's good and what do I want to change so that the way I was raised, for instance, can be improved upon for the future, for your future relationships. If you want to have children, that you can raise them in a way that's improved from how you were raised, or even just what you want to do on your own projects, your own career. How can you cultivate the foundation that you are on currently so that you can be the best, you can be in the best possible mindset and condition, all around, like spiritually, physically, mentally, all of that, so that you can really make your dreams come true and get growth and progress in your career and finances. Oof. Okay. Always happens to me. Interesting. So we have both of these cards, the Chariot and the High Priestess, speak to the sign of Cancer, if that's relevant for you. With the High Priestess, of course, this is a very spiritual card, intuitive card. So it's calling you to kind of like dig deep into your intuition, perhaps even seek out some sort of spiritual practice that you can do in order to help you build a solid foundation for yourself and have solid roots for yourself. And that's what's going to enable you to move forward with solid direction and be successful and victorious in whatever you choose to do. With the Lovers card coming out, that's interesting. That may also signify the roots that you want to lay down. You may want to be starting a family, and that doesn't have to include children. It could just be with a partner. There may be somebody that you want to connect with on a romantic level that you may want to live with, for instance. And so that's also a part of laying a solid foundation and roots in your life. So you may be called to kind of explore who you are as an individual before you enter into a relationship, or deepen a connection, or deepen the commitment you have in an existing connection, so that you can make sure you're addressing any baggage or toxic traits that you're bringing in, and also for, of course, your partner as well, so that you can have the most positive life together. You're not setting a foundation based on like deceit or lies or insecurities or baggage. You know, you're being called to clear that out for yourself as well as for the person that you choose to be with. We have the Three of Pentacles, so that also speaks with like working well together. So I do see that as a message that you will work together very harmoniously with this person if you're looking to build some sort of household or family type of relationship with a partner. That's coming through very strongly, that you will be able to work together as long as you both put in the effort, of course. Let's get one more card for you here. And we have the moon. You know what's really funny? This connects to the sign of Pisces, but Cancer is ruled by the moon. So I always think of Cancer as well, and you have a lot of Cancer. So that may be a significant sign that's coming out. I'm not really naming as many signs in this reading as I normally do, because that's not really what we're talking about here. But This is also a very like intuitive card. It's about digging deep into emotions, honing your intuitive powers, or kind of building that up so that your intuition is very strong. And it also signifies a deep intuitive and spiritual connection with a person, especially in connection with the High Priestess as well. Because we got the Lovers card, I'm going to pull a Lovers oracle for you. We have guarded. Interesting. So that may be part of like the baggage that you or this person is bringing into the relationship. And so you'll need to work together to kind of build your connection so that you're more open emotionally with one another, and to open the lines of communication with one another in order to have the most solid relationship. I'm going to grab another oracle card for you as well. Interesting. Death. I heard like till death do us part type of relationship. So this could be very serious, and that does make sense if this is somebody, like I said, that you're wanting to like move in with and have a family with, or build a family in each other. You know, it's a very serious, as serious as death, you know, type of relationship. So there is that. Let's move on to North Node Future. Like I said, that kind of builds beautifully off of the Imam Koli root card. So once you've built a solid foundation and you've focused on that, you're able to plant seeds for the future. And this is all about kind of imagining where you want to be in like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. What do you want to, where do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? And what can you do right now to plant the seeds to make that happen, instead of just fantasizing it. So with the Hermit card, it's calling for more introspection, of course, and that makes a lot of sense coming off of the root theme here. You really need to think about what it is you really want and to clarify that, which is funny. That is the next card, clarify. What do you really want in your life? What is your perspective? What is the struggles you're having? You need to clarify everything and really go deep inside to think about what you really want, where you want to be in the future, so that you can really plant the seeds to get there. This is the 9th card, and we have the 9 of Wands, which is interesting. It's like you're almost there. You're almost at the precipice of starting a new chapter, but you need to clarify what you want and set your intentions in order to have the best chance of getting there. And if you do that, you'll be able to create this prosperity in the 10 of Pentacles and the sense of fulfillment and completion. This also speaks to family, so that may be relevant, as we spoke about it earlier, that you're really trying to build that up in your life as well. With the 8 of Swords and the King of Wands. Oh my God, can never say things right. The 8 of Swords speaks to you wanting to free yourself in some way. You wanting to be open and honest. So that may be that you are a little bit afraid to open up to someone in your life about something that you really want to do in the future. There's someone that you want to tell, or you want advice from, or something like that, but you're a little afraid that they'll judge you or that they may disapprove. But I see that you will overcome this, and you need to overcome this in order to really plant the seeds for the future for yourself. There's something that you really want to do in your life, probably to do with your career or some sort of creative project. But you haven't kind of taken the leap of faith yet. And you're being called to make that happen. Once you've really clarified what it is you want and set your intention, you'll need to kind of take a leap of faith in talking about it, in taking the first steps and planting those seeds so that you can really make it happen for yourself in the future. Let's get one more card for you here. And of course we got 2 more cards, because of course we did. We have the Queen of Pentacles here, as well as the Knight of Swords. So I do see a lot of forward movement and a lot of motivation coming in. Once you've really set your intentions and gone deep inside and clarified what it is that you want to do, you will have this very strong urge and impulse to kind of move it forward and plant those seeds and get the ball rolling, so that you can manifest what it is that you want. Let's grab some oracles for you for this theme here. Consciousness. Yeah, so that connects very deeply with the Hermit and the need to kind of go deep inside to clarify what it is that you want and be very conscientious about how you want to approach it and the steps that you need to take to manifest what it is that you want. So next we are going into Solar Calm Clarify. So I've already been talking about that in here. Your 3 themes really like go together. So I definitely don't see them being like hard set into October, November, December. They're definitely kind of meshing together, melding together. But for Solar Calm Clarify, it definitely speaks of how there may be a moment, and this does make sense for December at the end of the year. People often get more reflective as the year ends and you're kind of reflecting on what goals you want to accomplish in the coming year. You're coming together with your family and you're off of work, and you're just spending time celebrating the holidays if that's what you do, or just spending time with your family and reconnecting for the end of the year and for the season. So it makes a lot of sense that things are kind of calming down, slowing down, you're not as busy, and it's calling you to kind of embrace that calm and take the time to clarify what you need to clarify, to go deep and be introspective in what you want and what you need and what you want to manifest for yourself, to build that solid foundation, to plant the seeds for your future. So it's really calling you here to embrace this calm time. When you find yourself in this time where you're less busy and you don't have a lot to do, don't force yourself to kind of be like, I need to do something, I need to like make something happen. Just embrace it and take it as a time to meditate, take it as a time to be introspective, to work on your spirituality, to build your intuition. That's what it's calling you to do here. When you feel a moment of calm and like you're not as busy, don't try to then fill it with as much as you can. You know, take that as a message from Spirit to be introspective and do the work internally that you need to do. Okay. We have Justice, as well as the 8 of Wands. So 8 of Wands usually is like a very fast energy. And like I said, this maybe the urge that you have is to go fast when you're in a moment of calm and in a moment of not being as busy, but it's calling you to kind of calm down and not give in to that urge to just go, go, go and fill yourself or fill your schedule with as much as possible. You want balance here. Justice speaks of balance with the scales. And there you go, balance with the 2 of Pentacles. You need balance. So if you've been working really hard, which I'm sure you have been, and you've had a lot going on personally and professionally and whatnot in your life, take that moment, embrace the moment of calm to work on yourself so that you can be the best that you can be when you get busy again and when you want to make things happen again, because opportunities will present themselves to you. You won't miss out on what you're meant to receive, on the opportunities that are meant to come your way. You don't have to always go, 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 go with this type of energy. You can take a moment to kind of rest and even be bored. This is a card that speaks of like boredom and not seeing what's right in front of you. If you go too fast and you don't embrace the calmness, then even when a opportunity is presented to you, you may be distracted by something else that you're trying to make happen. So definitely try to be more zen. Let's get one more card for you. Oh, look at that. Yeah, opportunities abound, but you need to take a moment for yourself, because how are you going to take these opportunities, take advantage of these opportunities if you're just go, go, go? Like, you're going to miss the call. You're going to be distracted with something else that you forcibly distracted yourself with when you could have just waited. And also you're going to feel so burnt out and overwhelmed if you fill your every spare minute up with other new things that you can think of, instead of just waiting for these opportunities to present themselves and having the energy and the motivation to take them and not feel burnt out. I'm going to grab some oracles for you, and then we'll finish off with the numbers. Ooh, okay. Got frustration. Yeah, you will be frustrated in slowing down, but you'll be even more frustrated in the consequences of not slowing down. Strength. Interesting. Got 2 red cards. You will have the strength to slow down, to calm down, and you will build up your own mental, internal, emotional strength if you allow yourself the time to do so. So we're going to end off with some numbers for you. So again, you can kind of consider them as like October, November, December, or you can take them across any of those months. Here we go. So we have 20, 11, 7, 15, 9, 19, 18, 14, and 28. So group 2, I hope that resonated with you and that it was helpful. Don't forget to check out my other videos. If you didn't know, I do upload horoscope readings for each month ahead. So if you're interested in a more personalized prediction for each of the months ahead, I will be doing, of course, October, November, December predictions. So you can go ahead and check that out and look at your sun, moon, rising, and Venus placements. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my future videos, and I will catch you all in my next prediction. Bye. Hi, group 3. So if you chose this popsicle eraser, then this is going to be your group. So I'm going to place that far away over here for you. So we're starting off with the 3 main themes. We chose 3 oracle cards here. So the first one is number 17, Solar Flares Activate. So this is a card of change and kind of like the strong impulse to make a change and do something revolutionary. Then we have number 13, Dignified Strength. So this card speaks of kind of leaning into your strengths and also realizing the strengths of people around you so that you can achieve your desired outcome or reach your goals. So there's that. And then we have number 14, Debilitated Discomfort. So this kind of has a little bit of an opposite, slightly opposite to the Strength card here, or the Dignified card, I should say, in that it tells you to kind of recognize the strengths of people around you and be the support rather than the leader in the moment, because you need to realize when someone else could take the leadership role. It's so interesting, it has the same chair in here. So it's kind of like you can see this is kind of in the background, it's smaller, and then this one's in the front. So it kind of leans in, like there's some major changes happening in the last 3 months of the year. And I forgot to mention, there is, you can consider it as like October, November, December, but it's also fluid. So these themes may come up interchangeably throughout the last 3 months of 2022. But back to what I was saying, as you can see, this is like the throne, like you're the main person here, you're taking the lead, but then it's also telling you that there's going to be times when you need to recognize that you should take the back seat and support somebody who's the better suited leader in order to accomplish what it is you're accomplishing or trying to accomplish. So I'm gonna place these up here and we're gonna get into tarot to further clarify and see if there's any other messages that we can get you. So starting with these solar flares, activate card. Let's see what's happening there. So that card speaks again of changes, major changes, revolutionary changes, and you'll also have, it talks about just kind of having the impulse to move forward and make progress. So it doesn't so much give you the energy of like reflecting and really thinking things through. It's a very impulsive energy. Is this just one card? So we have the Six of Cups. So it could have been something that was left on the back burner that you or whoever you're working with, or whoever you're with in general, because it could be personal life or career, is something put on the back burner and you're returning to something that you in the past wanted to work on, wanted to change, but there was this indecisive nature about it, and so it was kind of put on pause, and now it's kind of coming up again as something that needs to be addressed, that needs to be changed. So let's see. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven. This is going to go out of frame. This is the Seven of Wands. So you've been kind of like making do, like I said, when this was put on pause, this change was put on pause because it was too complicated, or there was other things that were more pressing coming up. And so you've just been kind of doing your best to make do. You've been holding your ground, trying to make it through the past year. And it seems to be a pressing matter that you need to address, or that's the vibe that's coming through. Yeah, you got two twos here, Two of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. So I see this being a conflict either within yourself or with another person. It could, like if it's a personal issue, like in your household or in your relationship, it's causing a strong imbalance in your life and in your person's life. A lot of arguments, a lot of conflict. And so it's just something that you have to address. There's a lot of emotions. It also speaks of a lot of like strong emotions, like tempers flaring. So it's just a big problem that you seem to have to address. If it's work related, which I do see could strongly be a thing, like a project that was put on the back burner that you now have to take on, and you don't have any other choice, and you're having less time because it's the end of the year, stuff like that. There's a lot of possible conflicting opinions that you'll have to deal with. And that leads us into the next one, but let me get a oracle card first. Abundance. So you're seeking more abundance in this situation, and so that's the main motivator that makes you not want to put this off any longer. It's becoming apparent that you want to make this happen, And so even though there's a lot of difficulties and conflicting opinions and arguments that are going to be had, you need it in order to achieve balance and harmony in your life, whether that's work or personal or both. So that's what you are seeking strongly, and possibly the other people involved in the situation are also seeking. So you need to work together to gain that abundance that you seek. So moving on to dignified strength, that plays off really well off of major changes. Changes that are coming with the solar flares card, that you need to lean into your strengths as well as recognize other people's strengths that you can utilize, and that will help you to collectively reach the outcome that you seek. And so in the 9 of Swords, it seems like there's a little bit of anxiety or self-doubt with this. Like maybe you don't normally give yourself that much credit, or you feel like a strong imposter syndrome type of thing, where it's like, do I really have any strengths? Should I be acting like I'm the best at doing so-and-so thing or taking the lead on a project? And it's telling you, the message is that you do, and that you need to take the time to really dive deep internally to recognize what your strengths are. And then even if you don't feel 100% secure in, you know, going around telling people that you are good at whatever you're doing and that you are the right person to take the lead or to do a certain task or whatever it is, that you need to like fake it till you make it. You got to believe in your own strengths. And in the Hermit card, again, like I said, introspection here. You do a deep dive into what your true strengths are in the situation, and then just go with it. Like you've confirmed it with yourself, and you need to really build upon that confidence that your evaluation of your strengths is correct. Even if you still feel like, oh, I don't want to tell people that I'm good at this, or that I should be the one leading it, do it anyways. Oh, we have the Queen of Pentacles, as well as the Star. Oh, these cards are moving. There we go. So the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is like on top of their game, and somebody who has achieved a lot of material success. So if this is something to do with like work or project or even school, you know, it's really calling you to be that leader and to lean in on your strengths, because people will see you as this star energy, like you're the star of the show, and they'll depend on you to kind of push the project forward, get the momentum going, and you know, really take on that leadership role while also utilizing everyone else's strengths. So you're not the only one shining. You'll allow other people to shine as well. Wow, look at that. The Sun card. So the Sun card is also very like, how do you call it? Taking center stage and like being the center of attention, being the leader, basically. So it is calling for a bit of a leadership moment for you, but that doesn't mean that you have to be the only one shining, you know. Stars shine, the sun shines. I mean, the stars shine because they reflect light, but that's the point, is you can shine and be the leader and be the center of attention in the situation, but you'll also have the ability to make others shine in the right moments as well. Oh, got the Page of Cups. So very like energetic vibe of like starting something new. Like I said, we're talking about major changes here, so you're really taking it on as like an adventure, a new journey, and you have that refreshing energy to you as you're leading people. Anger is reversed. So I'm going to take that as you have very temperate, emotions, or at least you have in this situation, you will have strong control over your emotions and also the ability to temper other people's emotions. And maybe that's why you're being called to be this leader in this moment, in this situation, because you are kind of like the moderate. You're the diplomatic energy that is needed to temper all the other people that are involved in this situation, or even if it's just one other person. Okay. So we have one more here, debilitated discomfort. So again, I did speak of how these cards are a little bit like conflicting, in that this one is telling you to take center stage and be the leader, lean into your strengths after you have gone deep inside yourself, to be introspective and kind of take account of what your strengths are. And that leads into this debilitated discomfort, where there may be moments in this situation, in this project, in this thing that you're being involved in this big change that you're being involved in, where you are not the leader. Like your strengths are not right for that particular stage of what you're doing, for that particular task. And so you need to recognize the strengths of other people and encourage them to take on the lead while you support them. That's kind of the vibe of this card. So that's kind of what's happening, from the change to taking the lead to also knowing when to take the back seat and be the supportive role. You're being called to kind of be able to pivot as necessary and be able to accurately recognize when that pivot is necessary. There we go. You're feeling overwhelmed, like there's too much going on. And so to be able to really be in tune every moment with your emotions, your stress level, your workload, things like that, and also when your strengths should be center stage or when they should be supportive, is key to taking care of yourself. Because if you take on too much, then you also won't get the desired outcome. So always utilizing all the resources and the people around you in the best possible way does not mean that you're always the leader. Being able to actively and accurately recognize when to take a back seat is going to be very key in not overwhelming yourself and in also achieving the best possible outcome. We have the Fool. So more of that like carefree energy here. So there'll be moments where you need to be more of this energy, like you give it up to someone else to take care of and take the lead, and you're just this carefree energy. Or even just to take a moment to kind of self-care, take care of yourself, and not like be the one taking on all of the work by yourself. Empress is a very creative energy. It's also like the divine feminine energy. So the feminine energy is typically more receptive. So there be moments where instead of being like the aggressor, the initiator, you take a back seat and you're more just receptive to ideas, receptive to other people's leadership. And that's what you're being called to do in a particular moment. And then maybe you'll have to also pivot back to being the leader, and it may be a back and forth situation. So you kind of actively have to monitor that and recognize when you need to go back to being the leader, the center of attention, the person directing the group or directing the project, the work, the situation. move. Oh, interesting. I was just thinking about, oh, first of all, you got the Emperor. So it's exactly what I was saying. The Emperor would be kind of like the divine masculine energy. And that's like more of the initiator, the aggressive, motivated type of energy. And the Empress is more like sits back, is creative, receptive, emotional, things like that. So there may be times where you have to really pivot back and forth between that, this and this basically, or this and this, Emperor, Empress type of energy. So that's very interesting. I was just thinking you're the only group that I have not picked up strong love love messages for, but you got the Two of Cups. So I will draw you a little oracle card for love. It seems like by the end of the year, perhaps, or any time within this time frame, because like I said, it is fluid, there is some sort of harmonious relationship. So it could be a working relationship, but it also could be with a romantic interest or with an existing partner, of course, if you're already in a relationship. So let's see what's that about. Love messages for group 3. Oh, we got romance. Nice. And we have, what is this? Patience. Interesting. Romance and patience. So just like the fact that this is one of the last cards to come out that kind of has a more romantic vibe to it, you may be very hyper focused on this situation, this change that you're going through that needs so much of your leadership, of your time, of your energy and motivation. So you're really putting romance on the back burner, but it seems to be coming in for you at the latter end of this last quarter of the year. So that's a nice message to have. I'll just put these here for you so you can still see everything. Oh, I forgot to grab one of these. Let me move this. One sec. Okay. Oh, we have flow. Yeah, go with the flow, because you may have to flow back and forth between, like I said, the leadership energy, the aggressive initiator type of energy, and then the receptive feminine energy. There will be a need to flow back and forth, pivot back and forth between that type of vibe in you. So we're going to finish off with some numbers. Again, it could be, you can think of it as October, November, December if you'd like, or just these could be dates across all 3 of these months. So there we go. So we have 8, 2, 13, and 9. And we have 9 again. 23, 27. And finally, we have 10, 21, and 30. So group 3, I hope this was helpful and that it resonated with you. I also upload horoscope videos for each sign. So if you want to check that out for an even more detailed prediction for each of these months, I do them by month. So I'll have some for October, November, and December of 2022. You can check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus placements for a nice comprehensive prediction for each of the months ahead for you. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss those videos, and I will catch you all in my next prediction. Bye.